Namaste. My name is Luke, and today I would like to show you how you can optimally support your head and neck in Shavasana and many other restorative yoga poses. According to my teacher Judith Hanson-Lassiter, restorative yoga is the use of props to create positions of ease and comfort that facilitate relaxation and health. The most important part of the body to support in restorative yoga is the head and neck. When the head and neck are relaxed, the entire body will relax. Unfortunately, it doesn't work the other way around. So if there is one part of the body that we can or want to support, it will be the head and neck. I promise you that once you've mastered this head and neck support, your Shavasana experience will never be the same again. The only thing you need is one cotton blanket that measures approximately 200 by 150 centimeters. I think that's approximately 80 by 60 inches. Could be slightly larger. Mine is or are. And I'm actually using 2 blankets, and I will get into why a little bit later on in this video. To create the head support, we have to begin by folding the blanket in a specific way. We open up the blanket so that we can hold the long edge of the blanket in between our hands. There's a long edge and there's a short edge of the blanket. So we hold on to the long edge of the blanket and we fold the short edge toward the short edge of the blanket. We will do this a couple of times. So, short edge to short edge, that was one time. We will do it another time. So we hold the long edge of the blanket of the new shape between our hands, and we fold the short edge of the blanket to the short edge of the blanket. Until we have a smaller blanket with a long edge and a short edge. We will fold the short edge of the blanket to the short edge of the blanket one more time, until we have what we call Tadasana of the blanket. Now for our head support, we will fold the short edge of the blanket a 4th time toward the short edge of the blanket. But before we do that, there is one more thing I need to explain. When we fold a blanket, it's an art in itself, as you can see. We create a shape that has what we call firm edges and soft edges. The firm edges are the edges that have only 1 or 2 folds in this case. And the soft edges are the edges that have multiple layers. So there will be one long firm edge and one short firm edge and one soft long edge and one soft short edge. I hope this is not getting too confusing for you. So what we're doing next is we take the soft short edge of the blanket, the one that has the most layers in your current shape, and we fold it one more time toward the opposite short edge of the blanket that in this case only has 2 folds. But we don't fold it all the way over. We keep a space of approximately 10 centimeters. That's my hand width, or maybe standard yoga block width. that we keep free. When we support our head and our neck, there are a few things, 3 to be exact, that we are looking for. First, this has to do with our anatomy. Because our thoracic spine makes the shoulders curve slightly forward and in, when we lie down, the top of the shoulders will be in midair. It won't be supported. So what we do with this bottom part of the blanket that's free is we will support this part, this top part of the shoulders. And when the shoulders are supported, the body will feel more able to relax. Now, the second anatomical part of the body that we want to support is our cervical vertebra 7, or C7 for short. When you sit up and you lower your chin to your chest, you palpate the back of your neck. At the base of the neck, you will find a bump. And this bump in most bodies will be cervical vertebra 7. In some bodies it will be 6, but for clarity's sake, we refer to this part as C7. And this is the part that we want to support with all of the fringes that we have on the top of the blanket. By supporting this part, C7, when we lie down, we prevent the front of the body, the neck, and the chest from collapsing. So by supporting this, we support the normal curves of the spine, and we keep an openness in this area of the body so that we can breathe and can feel open and relaxed. And the third part of the body that we are looking to support is the back of the skull, so that when we look from the side, our forehead will be slightly higher than our chin. Why do we do this? It's similar to a meditation position. When we sit up and meditate, we don't lift our chin because this is an outward focus. We drop the chin slightly toward the sternum so that we have a more internal focus, and this will help calm the brain down. So, I will show you how to fold the blanket into the perfect head support first, like this, and then I will put it down on the mat and show you how to do it yourself when you're lying down. So we folded the soft short edge of the blanket, the one with all the layers, over to the short edge of the blanket that only has 2 folds and is firm, therefore. We kept this part approximately 1 hand width free, so it's not folded all the way over, but approximately 2/3. I guess this is 1/3 of the blanket that we leave for supporting the tops of the shoulders. Next, we will fold this soft edge of the blanket one more time and very slightly up towards where the crown of the head will be. And this part, this little fold, is the fold that will support that C7 vertebra of the neck. Next, we will roll the top part of the blanket, the sides, under and in toward the head and the neck. So you can see how this will become very cozy, and we're creating a kind of cradle for the head. So we roll the upper layer, the sides of the upper layer, under and in toward the neck. C7 is supported by this part here. We do the same with the bottom layer, that we will also roll under and in toward the neck, kind of like this. And last but not least, we will take the top corners of our blanket and fold them under and in. And this will help lift the back of the skull so that the forehead will be higher than the chin. Our shoulders will be supported by this lower third. C7 vertebra will be supported by this little fold, and the back of the head will be cradled in this part, top part of the blanket. Now, depending on the dimensions of your body, especially your torso in this case, one blanket may not be enough. I will use a second blanket that I will insert under this blanket to create a bit more lift for the back of my head. Otherwise, my chin will stay higher than my forehead. And for this, I will take one more Tadasana of the blanket, fold the short edge toward the short edge of the blanket one more time, and then take one corner and fold it over to the opposite corner, thereby creating a triangular shape. And I will insert this triangular shape underneath my head support, thereby creating more of a slant so that my forehead will be higher than my chin. Now, how does this look in practice when you do it yourself? So, we have the soft edge with all the folds on top of the firm edge with two folds. We keep 1/3 of the bottom part of the blanket for the support of our shoulders. And we can already prepare the little fold that will support C7 before we lie down. You can do it lying down. You may need to adjust anyway. Okay. So I'm making sure that the tops of my shoulders are on the bottom part of the blanket. I take this upper fold and place it under my bump, C7 vertebra. Lower the head down. Then I grab hold of the top layer of the blanket and fold the sides under and in. And this is where most people are confused the first time, because it's kind of like everything is upside down and you're taking the top part of the blanket and you're folding it up and in toward the neck and the head. But that's not what we want. We want to take it, fold it under and in, down toward the mat. Down, under, and in. This is the top layer. We do this with the second layer. Under and in. Down toward the mat and in. And make it really cozy. And you will feel how the support for the shoulders also is kind of lifting toward the shoulders. We always want our props to come up and meet the body and not have the body lower down and start looking for the props, so to speak. We want the props to come and meet us. So we folded the bottom layer under and in. And now last but not least, we take the top corners, these little wings of the blanket, and we also fold them under and in. And the sigh you just heard is proof that this is working, because it means that by supporting my head and my neck, I've just triggered a relaxation response. And you will find that when you get the support right for yourself or for a student, that they or you will have this moment where you all of a sudden take a deep breath in and then let it all out. And that's the sign that you've triggered the relaxation response. And that's what we need or are looking for to come into a state of deep relaxation. And it will make it hard for you to come out. That was not even a minute, I think. But it already set me onto the path of deep rest. I hope you enjoy this head support as much as I do. And may it serve you for many Shavasanas to come. Namaste.